Yeah, hi all. I'm starting a series in which I'll be sharing the questions uh, which I used to post on the LinkedIn. So today I'll be discussing about this question I have posted on the LinkedIn. So this question is write a SQL query to get the below output. So this is the table script, and this is the output. So the same question, let me show you in an Excel sheet. Actually, this is the question. You have this table. In this, you have two columns. The first column is group F, and the other column is sequence. Okay, and this is the output. So you have to write a query in such a way that you should get this output. So in this video, I'll be sharing you like how we can solve this question. So first of all, before starting to solve any SQL related question, okay, either you are getting an interview or you have to work in your official project. So first of all, try to understand the data, okay, like how the data in the table has been grouped or what data is actually trying to communicate with you. So here, if you could see, like we have two columns, group F and sequence. So, sorry. So in group F, you could see that we have this A, and this A has sequence from 1 till 9. I'm not telling that this is consecutive, okay? And then this B has the sequence 11, and the C has the sequence, let me give some color, 1, 2, 3, okay? Now, if you check the output, so in the output, here they're telling that they want minimum one, maximum three, here minimum five, maximum six, then here eight and nine. So actually what is happening here, the consecutive sequences, whatever we have, okay. So for that, they want minimum and maximum values, okay, for the consecutive sequence, minimum and maximum values. Like if you see this, the first sequence of this. So here the consecutive is 1, 2, 3. Okay. So in this consecutive sequence, 1, 2, 3, what is the minimum and what is the maximum? So you could see that here minimum is 1, maximum is 3, right? Then for the next consecutive sequence, 5 and 6, so minimum is 5 and maximum is 6, right? Then again for the next consecutive 8 and 9, minimum is 8, maximum is 9. Fine. So net for each group, and within each group, whenever you have the consecutive sequence, so for that you have to display the minimum and the maximum. Now coming to the group B, so here you have only one value, sequence 11. So it is same, minimum and maximum, both are same. And here this C, it has 1, 2, 3. So the minimum is 1 and maximum is 3. Actually, this question was asked by one of my follower on LinkedIn. He has asked the question. So I found this question interesting. And that's why I thought of sharing this on the LinkedIn. And I thought that, okay, let's try to explain this. And down the line, I'll be sharing the solution of each and every question, what I'll be posting on LinkedIn or what already I have posted on LinkedIn. Okay. So now we'll try to write a query to, we'll try to write a SQL query to get this particular sequence. Okay. So before writing query, either it is a SQL query or a Python program or any other programming languages. Okay. So first of all, try to create a map, a flow chart, an algorithm. Like what exactly you have to do. Okay. Then try to translate that in SQL queries. So here, first of all, we have to understand like how to approach this question. Okay. So first thing which is clear from this is within each group, you have to find first of all the sequence. Like for A, this is one sequence, right? Then for A, this is another sequence. Let me change this. And this is another sequence, right? If I'm talking only about A, so within A, I have three groups actually. I can tell like this is one group. Okay. Let me separate this for better understanding. So here you could see like within A, I can tell that this is one group, correct? And this is another group, and then this is another group, right? Hope you understood why I'm telling that within group A, I have three subgroups because this one subgroup constitutes this, means because here the sequence are consecutive, right? In the other subgroup, you could see that the 5 and 6, it is consecutive. And within this third group, this is consecutive. So within group A, we have three subgroups, correct? And within each subgroup, you have to find the minimum and maximum. So if I'm considering this subgroup, let me write here for your understanding. And this is the mistake many participants when they're practicing SQL query, they do the mistake here. They think that okay, the moment they will read the question, they will start writing SQL query. No, don't do that. First of all, try to understand like what question is asking. Try to understand the data. Then prepare a flowchart, algorithm, or in a layman term, I can tell, prepare a plan. What exactly you have to do, and then translate your plan in SQL query. So here you could see, like I can tell, like this one is subgroup one, right? This is subgroup one, and then similarly, this is subgroup two. Okay, this is subgroup two, and this is subgroup three, right? So net, first of all, you have to create in the three, four, or whatever subgroups within each group. And the subgroup I have categorized based on the consecutive sequences, right? So this is one task. So this is one subgroup. This is another subgroup, and this is another subgroup, right? So now the main challenge here in this question is that within this group, how to find this subgroup. Because see, if the question is to find the minimum for this A, maximum for this A, minimum for B, maximum for B, minimum for C, maximum for C, then the question was very simple, right? We can just write here, like see, this is the table. I have created this table structure. So this is your table structure. Suppose if that is the question to find minimum within group A, maximum within group A, minimum within group B, maximum within group B, then I can simply write this as group F, comma, minimum sequence, comma, maximum sequence, okay, from input group by, because you know that whenever you have select, and if you're using any aggregate function, then you have to use group by. So in my regular SQL course, I used to discuss in detail that why with aggregate functions group by is mandatory. If you not write group by, why it will fail, what is the reason. But here, because I'm just explaining the solution for this query, so I will not go in that detail that why group by is mandatory if you're using aggregate function. So I will write here group F, and by the way, this platform is Oracle Live SQL. This is open source, no need to download it. But that's why I prefer teaching on this. But if you want, you can practice this on Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, Postgres, or any other database. Okay. So here you see the simple query which I have written here. So with the help of this query, I can derive the minimum and maximum within each group. You could see here. Uh, Yeah, you could see here that within group A, minimum is 1, maximum is 9, which is correct, right? Minimum 1, maximum 9. Within group B, minimum is 11, maximum is 11. Within group C, minimum is 1, maximum is 3, right? So it is simple. So if we have to find minimum and maximum for each group, it is simple. Nothing is special in this question then, right? But here the twist in this question is you have to find the minimum and maximum within the consecutive sequence, right? That is the challenge in this question. So first of all, we have to find such subgroups within each group which has a consecutive sequence, right? So for this, what I thought is that for this particular sequence, I will derive row number. Let me write it as 1 minute. I will derive a row number. So if I will derive row number for this, it will be like this. Hope you all know what is row number. It's one of the window function. So row number will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for this, right? Now, after this, I will try to find the difference of this sequence and this row number column. I will tell you why I'm trying to find the difference. You see, like if I will find the difference with 1 and 1, let me write the shortcut Excel formula here. Now see, the benefit of this. So here, this 3 has the same value, which is 0. Sorry, 1 minute, let me change the color. 0. This has the difference, which is 5, and this is 2. Just a minute. Now see, this is 0, 0, 0. It means this sequence is consecutive. That is why the difference is constant, right? Now for this 2, the difference is constant. It is 1 and 1. So it means this is consecutive. Then only it is possible that the difference will be constant, right? And if you check here again, the difference 8 minus 6 is 2, 9 minus 7 is 2. It means if this difference is constant, and like this row number is getting incremented by 1, it means it is damn sure that the sequence will always be will also be getting incremented by 1 only, and it proves that this is consecutive, right? So that's why SQL is a game of playing with the logic building. You have to be smart in building logic. So this is what I thought, that we can derive a logic here, right? So this is the flow chart. So in step 1, what we have to do, generate row numbers. For each group, I mean, for A, you have to generate separate row number. For B, you have to generate separate row number. For C, you have to generate separate row number, right? Okay. And then in step 2, what we have to do, derive the difference between sequence and row number. Okay, and then in step 3, we will derive the minimum and maximum. I will show you that. Derive minimum and maximum. So the first is we have to find the row number. Just a minute. Okay, fine. So here, okay, fine. So coming to the question. So here, first of all, we will derive the row number. Row number is one of the window functions. Okay, I hope you all know how row number works. So now here we have to derive it for each and every partition. So that's why I'm using partition by group F and then order by sequence. Okay, and I will give the alias as Rn. Alias is your wish. You can give any name for that. There's no constraint. Okay. So now see, let me show you this first of all. So this is the query and this is the output. So now see here what I have done for each group, like for group A. Let's see here. You have this row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And hope you all know that row number generates a sequence number, right? And then for B, it's another window. So within this, I have row number 1. And for group C, similarly, I have this separate one, 1, 2, 3. So net, I'm deriving a row number within each group, right? So step 1 we have achieved. What next? Next is to find the difference between this and this, right? So for that, what I will do to keep the thing simple, I will keep this in a CT expression. Then now I will try to derive the difference. I will write Rn as well. Sequence minus Rn from CT1. Okay. Now check this. Always, whenever you're writing SQL query, break it in multiple chunks. Okay, and then try to understand how it is working. Now check this. So you could see here, so for within group A, we have this difference, right? Let me highlight this. And group B, then for group C. Okay, so now you can see the difference here. 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2, 3 minus 3. This is constant, right? So it means this is one consecutive subgroup, right? Then this one, 5 and 6 is constant. So that's where the difference, 5 and 6 is consecutive. So the difference 5 minus 4 is 1, 6 minus 5 is 1. This difference is constant. It means if this difference is constant, this must be consecutive, right? Because this is getting incremented, row number is getting incremented by 1. Now let me write some other code. Okay, then this is 2. Okay. So we got three subgroups. This is one, this is one, this is one, and B has only one record. So there is no headache of about that subgroup. But even if it will derive 11 minus 110, this is fine. And here you could see like this is already consecutive. So here this difference would be 0. So this is one subgroup. So now actually we have this as a one group. Within this, I have to find minimum and maximum. And then within this, I have to find minimum and maximum. And within this, I have to find minimum and maximum. Similarly for B and C, right? So now what I will do, I will try to create a group based on this and this, right? Because this combination of group F, this one and this one, this combination will create one bucket or one group within which we have to derive minimum and maximum, right? So that's what I will do. I will keep this in another CT. Always when you're writing SQL query, try to try to keep everything very transparent. Transparent in the sense that if someone is trying to understand your query, they should be able to understand. And down the line, if there is some new requirement or new enhancement you have to do in the query, then it should be easy to modify the query. Okay. Generally, software engineers or the data analysts or the data engineers, what they do, they try to implement a lot of requirements in one query on the same query. So what happens, that query becomes very bulky. Okay. And when there is a requirement or the requirement change is there, enhancement is there, then it takes a lot of effort because you have to understand, like if you were going to tweak the query a little bit, so it might have some other consequences, right? But that is why break the requirement in chunks and try to cater each and every requirement in separate query. Sometimes it can impact performance, so you have to balance the performance aspect as well. Okay. So now what I will do, select group F, and within this I will find minimum of sequence and then maximum of sequence from CT2 group by group F. So here now group F and sequence minus Rn. This will make one combination. Then this and this will make one combination. This and this will make one combination. So that's why I have to create group by on this group by F and this difference. So I will call this difference as diff. I'm giving the alias here. Okay. So group F comma diff. Okay. Now let me execute this query. And the identifier, what happened? Group F, minimum sequence. comma, something. Just a minute. Select group F minimum sequence. Just a minute. Check what went wrong here. Group by group F is there. That's difference from CT. Just a minute. Let me check what is wrong here. Select a star from CT2. Oh, there is something. Oh, I forgot here as. So this as is mandatory. You have to write after each CT. I think that was missing. Let me run this query again. Yep, this is fine. Sorry, I missed as here. So this is a reserved keyword. It is mandatory. You have to write it. Now let me execute this query. So now you could see that, and if you want to sort it in ascending order, you can write here ordered by. So those who are following me on LinkedIn, you might have seen I have posted one question in poll that can we use group by and order by in the same query? And this is the answer. You could see that I'm using both in group by and order by in the same query, and it is working, of course. So you could see here that this order by group F. So this is in ascending order, A, B, C, right? If you want to verify the output, you could check here. So now, okay, let me right here. This is the query, and this is your output. Now let's compare this with the expected output. This was the expected output. Let's compare this. Is the same or not? So A13, A56, A89, 135689, B1111, C13. So this is the output and this is the query. So net in this query, we have used the concept of CT and then window function row number and minimum and maximum. So hope you have understand this solution and hope you have liked the video. So thanks a lot. I will share a recording for the other solution as well for the other questions. So thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.